guys. Hey, I'm Nick. How does it? How do ya? My sternum did. Okay, I'll get into it. Okay, I'll get into it. Long ago, this world called Phiore was simple. It was a world full of animals, nature, beautiful landscapes, and yet no intelligence. Me stupid. We all stupid on this world. But the circle of life was undisturbed, going on completely normally for countless millennia. However, one day, a day now known as Day Zero, magic suddenly filled the world. Everything was like a sponge to the magic, and it very quickly filled every physical thing in the world. The air, the plants, the mountains, the oceans, even the animals were all filled with magic. The living things on the planet becoming imbued with magic caused a spontaneous evolution to happen. Many animals that are previously small and ignorant, y'all Nagayuki plays ignorant. Anyway, were growing in size. They moved from 4 legs to 2, from paws to hands to feet. They gained more advanced vocal cords, and most important of all, intelligence. They were now sapient. These new creatures became known as anthros for their two-legged nature. Not all were so lucky. For unknown reasons, the spontaneous evolution stopped not too long after it started. This caused the animals that were still evolving to stop evolving halfway through, the unfortunate ones, which means they failed to gain all the things that the anthros did. Surprisingly, the traits that came first in this evolution were greater size, vocal cords, and intelligence. The animals that didn't make it this far became known as pharaohs, since they still looked like primal animals despite being intelligent. As soon as the world settled from this abrupt change, the new sapient creatures tried to make it their own. Anthros thought of themselves as higher beings than the pharaohs. The anthros quickly noticed that the pharaohs struggled to accomplish feats that anthros could do with ease. Pharaohs also more animal-like, where they rely on their instincts to make decisions rather than logical reasoning. Yeah, they're the mongoloids. Boom, boom. The different features and ideals are what caused the separation between the different species types. It didn't take long for societies to be established. The pharaohs were shoved into the petrol they all said when they were shoved, where they worked as farmers, hunters, builders, and usually were in extreme poverty. Some societies would even enslave them, forcing them to do what little labor they could. For a long time, the world stayed this way. The pharaohs worked in the anthros, and the anthros lived lavishly. After a while, the pharaohs realized something. They learned that the world was filled with magic, and that they can use it to their advantage. A group of pharaohs called the Great Pharaoh Sages. That's like calling each other, like, when you're black. It's like the Great Black Kings. Well, actually, wait, I think that happens in real life, but like, this seems like an extremist group, right? We the Great Pharaoh Sages started a revolution against the anthros, using magic as a weapon. They spread the art of magic to pharaohs and kept it from the anthros. It didn't take long for the anthros to be overwhelmed, as magic was powerful when used correctly. After a short war, the pharaohs are now liberated. This isn't to say that anthros can use magic, however. The pharaohs just learned to find it first. Eventually, magic became a common tool for everyone to use every day. Magic, though, was too powerful for just anyone to use, and the world went into pandemonium. People were using magic to steal, kill, and murder, rape, and murder, and it was a huge problem. Eventually, a solution was devised. An international defense force called the Phiore Guards was created. Phiore Guards were selectively picked on people who are skilled of magic and good of heart. They protected people and stopped criminals from doing evil acts. Most of all, they nipped the problem in the bud. Stories spread about what the Phiore Guards did to the criminals they catch, and the stories are not pleasant. The stories scared most people out of doing anything evil, and they provided a beacon of hope for the people. Eventually, because of Phiore Guards, feared people learned to use magic. It wasn't needed, the Phiore Guards were there to protect them. Most countries outlawed using magic in public to even further solidify the lessened need for magic. Magic crystals, however, were not outlawed. Magic crystals are empty crystals that can store a magic spell inside. Think of it as canned magic, canned beef. Some crystals are one-time use, while some are constantly doing things at all times. Just stop doing things, man! These magic crystals are vital and have many uses throughout society. Magic crystals are used for storage, communication, cooking, and countless other things. Find the failed liberals! the Fails were allowed to do anything an Anther could do, even if their physical features said otherwise. In the present day, Fails and Anthos live together with little issue, but their differences are still there. Found it difficult to get along, and Fail discrimination is not uncommon. Not to mention the racial segregation from both sides. Fail and Anthos go to school separately with only some schools of both. Though Fail towns and Antho towns, not legally but culturally. This is like South Africa. This is like South Africa, dude. South Africa, what happened? What happened in South Africa? Sake. It's like a sake. It's like a sake thing. Whatever. There's a movie. This dividing society upon nearly patch. It may be possible to make it better little by little. Catch the zero alone. Wayweed. It's a cold, brisk, yet beautiful day on November 9th. My wife and I were at the Origin Point, which is apparently the place where magic originated from. Not sure if I believe it, though. So you believe rumors about this place? My wife asked me, laying by the Phiore tree of Phiore. Her belly was plump. The late stages of her pregnancy extremely apparent. About this being a place where magic came from? Maybe. It definitely feels like it. The place was so dense with magic it felt like a sauna. There's a huge tree called the Phiore tree in the middle of the clearing. The tree felt as big as a mountain and had a giant lick of liquid mana as blue to sky all around it. Mana dissolved anything that fell into it back into mana, leaving no trace behind? What the fuck? Excuse me? Why is this open for business? This is so dangerous. Is it fences? Even still, like, oh my god. The only thing making me not believe the rumor is the fact that there's no clear reason for why magic will have originated here. I don't mean that rumor, dummy. You've already talked about that. I mean, the rumor about how children born here are blessed by the mana, Betty. She smiled, looking at her belly. Skeleton guys. Is that why you brought me out here? Did she want to stay here until she gave birth? She just tried to believe rumors until they're proven wrong, so probably. Yes, I want our children to be the ones to put a stop to this awfulness. Maybe if they're blessed by the mana, they can do it. I still think we can do it ourselves. Wait, children? Oh no. I already know this gone. Those two guys that like each other, Zeke and Zelia, they're sisters. They're brothers and sisters. Nah, they're sisters. I bet. I still think we could do it ourselves. I'd rather our children live normal lives, honestly. Can't do it just the two of us, Xander. I know it's a lot to put on them, but I think they can do it. Maybe. We sat in silence for a moment, lost in thought. My silence was quickly broken, though, by my wife's breathing getting heavier. You okay? I think they're coming. Oh, she groaned, rolling on her back. Oh, shit! Already? I ran over to her side, ready to help her. I'll spare you the details of it, but I'll just say that all went smoothly with no issues at all. Hold on, wait. Wasn't long until my wife had two kids snuggled up to her belly, trying to best get milk from him. Phew. I'm glad that's over with. Yeah, they're both rare silver types of Evians. Wow. Just remind your newborns in the mother's gaze. My wife and I are both Evians, so it's obvious that they would be Evians too. Evians are fox-like, fail-only creatures with brown fur and white belly fur. Just imagine a fox, but it's brown, slightly shorter, slightly wider, has a shorter muzzle. These kids though have silver fur instead of brown. That's pretty rare for Evians. Maybe they actually are blessed by the mana. What should we name them? They're both boys, I can see. I wasn't sure what to name them. Looking at them both, they definitely had differences already. One of their fur colors is slightly more orange than the other. The other one had black speckles all over his fur, almost like ash. How about we name this one Ash? I think it goes well with your name, Cinder. I love it. What about the other? He kinda looks like Zeke, doesn't he? Who? Zeke was an old cat friend of ours who had the same orange silver fur color that this kid does. This one of mine since his only accomplices before he was killed. Well, if he looks like Zeke, why not name him that? To remember him by. Bye. She looked a little sad. Shit, well, let's not get sad. It's supposed to be a big moment, you know? Yeah, you're right. So, Zeke and Ash. Oh, I love them so much already. We stayed at the origin point for 3 weeks, afraid that Zeke and Ash would make the journey back through the deep forest. Even kids are blind until about a week old, which is when Zeke and Ash started to open their eyes. And how could they see the tits? How could they see the tits to, like, navigate over to the tits and then have the milk? Is Milo in here? No, okay. Even kids are blind. Okay, that's when they started to open their eyes. Zeke's eyes are orange and Ash's are blue. Even kids grow up extremely quickly, so it only took them till 3 weeks old before they started stumbling around the burrow they were staying in, barely able to walk. By the time they could eat on their own, we decided it was time to make the trek back through the deep forest back to our house in Soulsboro. The trip was not easy. Not only being no sweat, when you have a terrified kid on your back screaming in terror while you fend out countless mountains and criminals, it becomes a lot harder. After a long and mostly annoying journey, we were back at Soulsboro. To be honest, I can't think of any other decision that would have been worse. You have just one do-over in life, but I kept my kids to the origin point and never went back to Soulsboro. It's so cold. Can someone turn on the heaters, please? Even though I was stacked under 3 different blankets, I couldn't start shivering. Michael, you're not the only cold one, you know. Stop stealing under covers for yourself, Jack. One of the other orphans quit annoyingly. Maybe the caretakers weren't so stingy with turning on the heaters, it wouldn't be so cold. Despite they were orphans, the caretakers treated us like they were prisoners on time. Not giving one, I'm shivering! Another orphan came up to me and ripped one of the blankets out of me. Stop or freeze to death, stop! What are they trying to do, kill me, buddy? You're gonna die just because you have one less blanket, stupid. Just trying to heat your stuff if you're so cold. He lifts up in his stolen blanket out as a burrito, cleaning it as his own. Fine, if I get in trouble, then that's dumb, so I'm just gonna do it. I got out of my blankets reluctantly and watched this all over to the heater. I found the switch and switched it to the highest setting it could go. It won't take too long now for the room to get much warmer. Jumped up on top of the heater and laid down. It's my favorite spot to sleep. It was warm. There's one I could look out of. It was great. I lay there, cozily looking out of the window, feeling sleepy. But I noticed something, though. There were strange white things coming out of the sky, killing the town below. Wow, it's snowing! I haven't seen snow before. How cool! Shh, go to bed, Michael! The other orphans couldn't care less. They were so boring. I admired the beautiful snow for about 10 minutes, my eyelids getting heavier and heavier. I would fall asleep when I saw someone walking outside in the snow. It was a fair Darkian with blue eyes. He held a small orangish-colored evening kit by the scuff in his mouth. The young kit was crying and squirming around, probably freezing. Oh, poor guys, what are they doing out there? I could barely see it, but the Darkian was crying for some reason. I saw tears in his eyes, so he slowly put the evening kit down the front porch of the orphanage. Then ran off quicker than a bullet flying into the nearby forest. Heard the evening crying loudly as he watched his dad run off. Wah! Huh? That kid's gonna freeze out there! I couldn't help but exclaim. I got up from the heat and started running towards the door. Notice I just saw it, and the kid would freeze to death. Got to the front door and opened it. There on the front porch was that same evening kit. Looked at me and started crying a bit. And Daddy? He sloppily said, barely able to speak. I guess it did look a little like his dad, because my Phiore was black and my eyes were blue and I was a Phiore. But I'm not him. His dad was a Darkian and I was a cat. So the differences were there. Oh, the Darkian, cat, alright. No, I'm not your dad. Come inside, you'll freeze. I felt protective of him, weirdly. Weird, it's so weird. This child's out freezing his ass off. That's weird to be protective of him. He reminded me of my little brother before he got separated. Ah! I got walked over and picking him up by the scruff and pulling him aside. He had stopped crying, but he still looked sad. He was shivering pretty badly. Where's Daddy? What I'm Daddy? What do you mean? He asked through chattering teeth. He looked around, taking in the new surroundings. I don't know where he went. I'll show you back here soon, though. I shouldn't lie, but I just felt so bad for him. What kind of jerk leads a kid to freeze? I quickly grabbed the blanket from the mountain and threw it over him. So what's your name? Need someone to call him. Zeke, he told me. What's going on here? What's going on here? A caretaker came out from the employees only area and walked over to me and Zeke. Some guy just left this kid on the porch, I told him. Really? He ran out the door and looked around, hoping to find him. He was long gone, though. I guess we'll just have to keep him here, then. What's his name? Do you know? He asked me. Zeke. He can talk a bit. A little bit. Zeke looked at the tall infant man with fine eyes. Ah! Alright, then. We'll take Zeke from here, Michael. You can go back to sleep now. He grabbed Zeke and threw him over his shoulder before quickly walking back to the employees only area. Zeke just stared at me with the same fine eyes as before. Poor kid, I hope you'll be alright. Went back to my spot heater and tried to sleep. I couldn't though, because I was constantly thinking about Zeke. It's been 2 days since Zeke was abandoned here, but I still haven't seen him once. Usually when a new orphan is admitted here, the caretakers come out and introduce them to us kids. I haven't done that yet. May's dad came and picked him up. I decided to ask the caretaker out of curiosity. What happened to Zeke? Zeke? You mean that special event? We're actually going to introduce him to you guys soon, so don't you worry. Oh, that's a girl. She tells me, smiling. I wonder what she meant by special. Really? Why did it take so long? I was confused. It only took me a day when I was admitted, so it's weird. You don't gotta know, kiddo. Now shoo. Go play with some bugs or something. Pushing away your foot. What's that about? Well, at least I get to see Zeke soon. The rest of the day went on a bit slowly. Since it was so cold outside, the caretaker just wouldn't let me go and play in the snow. It's not too much to do. I just read the books I had to study, extremely bored. Eventually, though, the caretakers rounded us up to announce something. Only I knew what it was about. Alright, everyone, we have a new orphan to introduce. Oh my god. They started. A caretaker came out from the lounge area with Zeke in their arms. She put him down in front of us, and he noticed he sat down. Oh. I heard the order of him surrounding him gossiping. Oh wow, he's young. I heard about this the other night. They said his dad left him on the front porch and ran off. How sad. Somehow anyone heard what happened the other night, even though I didn't tell anyone. Was someone else watching? So why didn't he come down and help him? Well, yeah, they must be a jerk. Alright, Zeke, go ahead and say hi to everyone. Told Zeke. So Bill the coach finally saying, hi. Looked very uncomfortable and anxious. He probably missed his parents. Alright, since Zeke is extremely young, we're going to need one of you guys to help us raise him. Anyone want to volunteer? Get to your ass, probably expecting no one to take the offer. Me! I immediately said, I found Zeke that night, and as I said earlier, I felt protective of him since he reminded me of my little brother. Alright, Michael, come over here. The rest of you can go now. He dismissed them. Walked over to Zeke, feeling confident. Hey there, Zeke. Do you remember me? Not Daddy. He called me, losing his stride to me, and now that everyone's leaving. So he did remember me. That's nice. That's when you will call me, then sure. But just know my name's Michael. Get an introduction, Michael. Anyway, we're going to need you to help us take care of him, alright? We're giving him his own room rather than putting him in the big room for now. We want you to sleep in there with him and make sure he's okay. If he needs anything, it's on you to get it to him, she explained to me. Okay then, I can do it. Don't worry about me. Puffed up my chest to show that I was confident. I'll help you out. I'm caretaker Beth, by the way. If I'm not around, it's on you, though. Beth. Beth. Zeke was listening intently. He picked up a name, I guess. It's a good learner for sure. Good job, Zeke. Caretaker Beth ruffled the top of Zeke's head, and Zeke smiled. Make sure you sew him the ropes, okay? I will. I started showing you I was confident in my job. Come on, Zeke, I'll show you around. I started walking away towards the lounge. Ah! He yelled, getting up and quickly catching up with me, not expecting me to leave so suddenly. First to walk so fast. I walk a little slowly. This is the lounge. This is where you can relax if you ever just want to lay down or something. He tried to copy me, but he couldn't move his mouth the right way. Can you say it? Lounge. It's a hard word for sure. Oh no, it's a lounge. He enthusiastically checked. You almost got it. Awesome. You should do one fast, Zeke. Do you even understand what I'm saying, though? I asked him. Nodded his head up and down, showing he could. He's just my little brother. He could understand you, but barely talk back. Weird. Next up is your room. I took him all over the orphanage, showing him places like his room, the adoption center, the cafeteria, and giving him a glimpse of the backyard. Hey Zeke, do you like to play outside? I asked him while he stared out the window of the backyard. It was snowy. I couldn't take him out there. Mm-hmm. Nodded his head again. Oh great! We'll have to go out there to play together when it's not so snowy. I was glad. It felt like Emily's over his head going outside for some reason. I'm usually the only one out there. Zeke looked up at me and smiled. For a kid whose dad just abandoned him only 2 days ago, he showed us in good spirits. Mel was helping me feel better somehow. That would feel nice. Why do they hate going outside? That was in the old book too. A good week went by and the snow just kept coming. I spent most of my time with Zeke while teaching him words, and just this week alone he always started speaking short sentences. His pronunciation has gotten much better also. Fail kids sure do grow up quick, huh? I also taught him some other random things I thought he should know, like how to hold silverware. Since he fails on proper hands, it's sure pretty bad to hold anything like silverware, pencils, or small objects. Silverware is dumb and hard to use anyway, but the caretaker insists it's more sanitary or whatever, so we have to. Just like me, Zeke was pretty awful at it when it came time to eat. I basically had to spoon feed him with how bad he was, which I was fine with, but it was kind of weird. But that's not weird. Didn't you have to do that to be a little better all the time? That's, okay, whatever. I mean, like, spoons are weird to you, apparently. That's when he thought of something genius. I suggested we should go to his room so he can eat without silverware, just some mouse and paws, and then it just goes everywhere. It's like an orgy. Zeke seemed much happier eating this way rather than with silverware. But today the snow had finally melted enough for the taters to let us outside. Zeke, we can go outside today. He groggily answered me, not really listening. You should let Zeke in, but today was the day to go outside. Did you hear me, Zeke? Come on! Lightly bit his leg and tried dragging him out of bed. Wah! He yelled as he fell off the bed, accompanied by a loud thud. Boom. Sorry, Zeke, but we can go outside today. Really? He excitedly questioned me. I guess the fall woke him up a bit. Yep, the snow is still there a little bit, but the kids said it's okay, so let's go. I turned and started speed walking towards the stairs with a little Zeke behind me. Just a little one, you know. I got to the back door. You see a group of failed orphans surrounding an anthro. Guess the rowdy orphans are up early, huh? A lot of orphans here object to each other. Not sure why. You scared? Gonna cry? The fails are pushing around the anthro. Yeah, I could go cry to mommy. Oh wait, you don't have one. You don't have one either! They all turned into laughter. Yeah, exactly. You don't have one either. Dude, don't you know fails are great hearing? You jerk! The two fails jumped on the anthro while the rest watched, smacking. Don't watch, Zeke. I pushed Zeke back in my front paw, hoping he wouldn't see. Help! Help me, please! Hey, get off of him! One of the caretakers ran over and grabbed the two fails out on him by the scruff. Fails struggled to feed themselves to the rest of them scowled. You two are done now. You're coming to the disciplinary action center. The caretaker smirked, proud of himself for catching them, I guess. You jerk, Jamal. We'll get you back for this. Yeah. You aren't going to do anything. Now shush. The caretaker whisked them off to the disciplinary action center where they get punished. What was that? Zeke asked, looking worried. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you stay away from people like those, Zeke. The bad news. Okay. Come on, let's go outside now. Okay. Was he less excited now? First thing Zeke does when we get into the yard is put his nose in the air and start sniffing. First thing I see when I see your ass. Okay. It's been a while since I've been out here, and the smells of the outside was so much nicer than the stinky orphanage. Zeke was probably enjoying that. Alright, Zeke, what do you want to do first? I've always dreamed of having a friend to play with. Tag? Like with bro? He smiled, his eyes lighting up at the idea. With brother? I guess there's a brother out here somewhere. Why the dog can leave Zeke at the orphans on his brother? Weird. Sure, we can play tag. Who's hit first? You! I'm fastest! He said, his chin up with confidence. If you say so. I smiled. I'll go easy on him first, but then again once he was tired. Since Zeke and I looked forward to that for a long time, we usually spent the entire day out there. Because the age difference wasn't that very challenging for me. But Zeke had so much fun, it was definitely worth it. Zeke and I continued to spend our days like this, playing outside until it became dark with no breaks to eat and stuff like that. At night, I would teach him things and tell him stories I'd heard. I told him the story about Day Zero, which he was very interested in. He was very excited to learn magic for himself, and to be honest, I was too. Eventually, caretaker Beth stopped coming around to check on us. Guess she thought I could handle him without her. I noticed that Zeke was very competitive, trying his best to be faster and stronger than me. Too bad he was down to 6 whole months on me. Zeke was also growing up very fast, and after just 2.5 months, he had doubled in size. Zeke and I were practically inseparable brothers. We ate together, we played together, and we slept together. I felt so happy I finally had someone to spend my time with. I did it, Michael! I did it! I yelled triumphantly. I've been trying to climb to the top of this huge tree for about a month now, and finally I did it! I kept falling off and hanging myself. I screwed up my leg real bad not too long ago falling off of this thing. Really all the way up there? I can't even see you! Michael was like a tiny little infant up here. It was funny. Guess I'm better at climbing trees than you, huh, Michael? I taunted him, hoping he would come up here with me. You challenging me? I'll show you. I saw him run to the base of the tree and heard scratching sounds. Michael always rushed himself when it came to these things. I ignored his struggle and looked around. The entire this huge tree is so awesome. I can see the whole town from up here, much more than down on the ground. In front of the orphanage of the town, I could see people of many different species walking around on the roads. Wow! Behind the orphanage is a ginormous forest, stretching farther than I could see. As the forest went farther, the leaves got darker. Now come. You boys? You out here? We're here, in the tree. Michael answered, still much farther down than I was. You two need to come inside. You have a client coming in to adopt. Caretaker announced. Alright, we'll be in a second. It's like working my way down the tree. And a client, huh? I hope me and Michael get adopted by the same person. I can't imagine life without him. Ever since my dad deserted me, he's been taking care of me more than anyone else. None of the caretakers even come close to him. He and I decided we should show off to the clients together somehow. That way you both get adopted. I couldn't wait to get out of this orphanage. Michael and I have talked about going to the forest together once we get adopted. We want to try and hunt. It sounds so cool. Whoa there, kiddo. You climbing trees? I heard someone down below talking. Yep. I'm not as good as my brother, though. Michael answered. Who was he talking to? Are you an orphan that did this here orphanage? God damn it, dude. I need water. Yeah. Yeah, who are you? The name's Fisher. I'm going to be adopting someone from this here orphanage today. Really? Is that why you're here? Yes, sirree. Hey, what you say your name was, kiddo? I never said it, but it's Michael, and don't forget my brother Zeke. Hi. I called down. This is our chance. We're showing out together. I started descending the tree faster. Zeke, you say? And you seem higher than you? Yes. Give me a second, coming down. I called out. Huh? Alrighty then, Michael. I'll see you inside. He ignored me and said his goodbye. Hang on. He's leaving. I gotta get down there now. I started descending even faster. As I go to jump down onto a lower branch, I lose my footing. I feel my hind paws slip back and the whole world around me starts turning. Whoa! I lost balance and nearly fell off the branch afterward. As I fall, the branches and leaves poke and stab me all over. I put my paws over my eyes, tried to cover them with my injury. Luckily it wasn't too high up, so I hit the ground pretty much instantly. Gah! Ow! Lay on my side, but it doesn't hurt that bad. Zeke, are you okay? Michael came running over. I'm fine. Is Fisher still here? I get up sluggishly and... wait. I get up sluggishly and run over to the fence where I hit him earlier. No, he got away. Sorry, Zeke, he said, looking at the ground sadly. Dang, well, whatever. I think we showed up pretty well. I turned towards Michael and smiled, feeling optimistic. A client acknowledges for anyone else. That's pretty good. Wait, Zeke, you're bleeding! Michael runs over and starts looking at my shoulder with an expression on his face. Huh? I look where he's looking and see my silver fur turn crimson from blood. It reached for a metallic smell as well. What? I barely even feel it. It just felt like a scratch. Actually, it wasn't a very deep cut. It just looked back as my deep silver fur. Are you sure? It looks pretty bad. He started looking to ask me. Yes, I'm fine. I turned away from him and lapped at it myself. It tastes disgusting. I have to clean it, or it might get infected. I learned from Michael a long time ago. I feel sure it's fine. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Wait for me! He rushes inside hastily. He must have been holding that for a good minute. I stopped looking and followed Michael. I want to make sure we have a good spot in the line if possible. 3 adoptions working in this orphanage look like this. The orphans form a line and they take kids one at a time from the line to get interviewed by the client. This usually goes on for a while until the client decides to adopt someone. Sometimes they pick randomly randomly from the lines instead of from the front. I'm not sure why. I've never been interviewed by a client ever before, mostly because I'm never fast enough to get to the front of the line. I walked into the orphanage limping very slightly, the pain finally showing itself. Hey there, Zeke. You hurt yourself there? Savish and his friends came up to me as soon as I walked in. Savish was a brown-fed feral wolf. He was much older than most of the orphans here because he was a thug. No one adopts thugs. Michael told me to stay away from these kinds of people a long time ago. I usually listen to him. They kind of came to me. Yeah. I'm just gonna go to my room to clean it. They were surrounding me. I felt my gnome being turned sharp with fear. What were they trying to do? Eh? You're gonna go back to your room and there's a client here? Sounds dumb. What, are you trying to get away from us? He shoved his face into mine. I could feel his disgusting breath condensate on my nose. I stepped back intimidated. No, I don't care about the client. I just want to clean this off. I made up another excuse, feeling a bit desperate. Needed to slip away to get a good spot in line. But they were surrounding me like a wall. You don't care about the client? Whoa, Zeke. Here you were talking outside just a minute ago. This is something along the lines of, I'm here to adopt someone. Savish smiled slyly. His goons followed suit shortly after. So you heard us talking to Fisher? And so what? What are they trying to do? Wait, are they trying to ruin our chance of getting adopted? Those jerks! Now I'm mad! I see what you're trying to do, you jerks! Leave us alone and deal with your own problems! I raised my voice, stepping a bit out of line. So you were trying to get rid of us! I knew it! Savish's face started bristling with anger. He and his goons stepped forward, closing in around me. Crap, what did I just do? Now they're gonna tear me to shreds! Wait! Stay away from me! I lowered my head defensively, feeling the fear in my back begin to rise. I expect to get a bunch of claws and teeth to the back, but instead the ground under me starts falling away. Hey, get back here, punk! Savish yells, looking pissed. I look up to see Michael holding me up by the scruff, running towards the adoption center rapidly. Come on, Zeke! This is no time to get distracted by thugs! Michael scolded me lightly, his voice slightly muffled by my scuff in his mouth. Yeah, there's no time to be hard on those thugs, man. Oh, thank you, Michael. I thought I was going to get turned to mincemeat. I gave him my gratitude. He must have jumped into the circle, grabbed me, and then jumped out. Once again, I was saved by Michael. No problem, but it's not over yet. They're probably going to chase us, so we gotta hide. Michael explains. I didn't even think that they'd possibly chase us. There goes Michael with his quick thinking. Get to the line and see that's only about 10 orphans long. Most of the orphans ahead of us are usually first in line every time. I feel that some orphans actually pay each other with favors of food to get a better spot in line. Seems strange. You hide behind this plant. I'll hide behind the line. Michael told me, walking suddenly into the line. It was a pretty good hiding spot, actually. So I was pretty small. Not even one single fur in my pelt was showing. Eventually, after not too long of waiting, Savish and his thugs ran into the hall. They were looking around rapidly, but they didn't see me or Michael. I don't see him, Savish, one of Savish's friends reported. They must have ran to their room. The cowards! We'll show them a thing or two about running away. Hey, Savish, are you causing trouble again? An Anthro caretaker, Jula, was standing nearby. She ran over to Savish, suspecting him to be up to something. Oh, no, just getting in line. Savish answers, completely changing his demeanor. Oh, yeah? Sure you are. I can smell trouble when I see it, you thug. The caretaker snatches Savish by the scruff. Oh, hey, I wasn't doing anything. Promise. This is fair racism. Savish pleased to Jula, but she wasn't having it. Wasn't sure what racism meant. I have to ask Michael after this is over. Just that term out like you know anything, mister. You're clearly searching for someone to pick on. She scolded Savish, walking away towards the disciplinary action center. His goons watched on and on as the boss got abducted in front of their eyes. Uh-oh. He's not going to be happy after this screw up, one of them commented as they all walked off, back towards the lounge. Once the coast was clear, Michael came out from behind the line. Good hiding, Zeke. That was pretty lucky with the way Jula came and saved us. Michael looked relieved, but also pretentious, like he knew it would look out this way and was having to be right. Yeah, those jerks got what was coming. I triumphantly scowled at them. Alright, now let's hope we get a chance at the client. Michael smiles at me, and I smile back. After a moment's silence, I remembered that I had a question to ask. Hey, Michael, what does racism mean? I asked. Oh, it's, Well, it's when someone hates one entire species. Like if I hated all bunnies, it's something you would say I'm racist against bunnies. Michael explained to me, although it didn't feel right. Does that work with Phales and Anthos too? I asked. Yeah, it does, as weird as that is, Michael answers. Did Savish accuse Jula of hating all Phales? Seems excessive. Why would anyone hate one species? I don't get it. There's lots of reasons, but not very good ones. You need to worry about all that right now anyway, Zeke. All you need to think about is how you convince this client to adopt us. Michael changes the subject. Okay then. After a while of waiting, the caretakers finally came out of the adoption center and started bringing in people to be interviewed. Slowly but surely, each orphan at the start of the line is taken into the room before leaving about a minute or two later. They all had a disappointed look on their faces as they left. I should have shown that they got the infamous "I'll think about it" answer. Clients try not to be rude by saying that when they don't want you, but we all know what it means. Eventually, one of the caretakers steps out looking around wildly. Is there a Michael in line? They call out, still looking around. Oh, that's me. Michael sits out of the line and looks up at the caretaker. The client must have gotten fed up with all the suckers in the start of the line and made the request for Michael. But not me. The client wants to interview you next. Come on up, caretaker told him, looking uninterested. Michael! I know, I'll tell him. Michael! I think he said that. I know, I'll tell him. Answered my question before I even asked. He smiled before walking into the client's room. I stood there anxiously, kneading my closet to the carpet while I waited for Michael to come back. It felt like an hour had passed and the door finally opened with a click. Instead of Michael, it was that same caretaker as before. Is there a Zeke out here? He called out just like before. Me, I'm here. I suddenly bounced my way out of the line. The client wants you in here. He tells me he's still looking interested. Okay, he's like, the client wants you in here. He tells me he's still looking interested. Okay, I ran into the room quickly, running in between the caretaker's long legs. I run to the room and look around. I see Michael sitting on the sofa that Owen sit on while being interviewed. He looked pretty excited and happy, which told me things must be going well. Also in the room was an anthro dog with overalls sitting behind the client's table. That must be fishy. I hadn't seen him until now. He had two anthro caretakers standing behind him at the door to the back rooms. They had a worried look on their face for a reason. Hey, you called for me? Asked Fisher, still unable to keep the grin off my face. Yes, sirree. You better said he wasn't going to leave without you, so I guess I'm going to interview you too. He smiled back, seeming welcoming. This has gotta be it. We're gonna get adopted. Okay, I'm all ears. I told him, sitting down on the sofa along with Michael. Alrighty, first question. Hell's up with your shoulder, kiddo? That's one mighty fine wound right there. He pointed at my injured right shoulder, looking really interested. Oh, I fell out of the tree just a minute ago trying to catch up with you. You left so fast that I lost my balance and fell. It doesn't hurt, though. I tell him, trying to act a bit tough. Really? Well, sorry about that, kid. I don't mean to stress you or anything, but you know, so a small injury like that ain't hurt nobody. He laughed. Huh? What do you mean by that? Michael asked. My pa used to say that injuries build character. Injuries mean mistakes, and you can learn something new from that. That's what old Pop would say. Fisher explained. Anyway, next question. You like the outdoors, don't you? Just like your brother? Definitely. It's pretty boring indoors. I don't get why the other orphans like it so much. Oh, great! That's perfect. Alrighty, one last question for the both of you. What are your opinions on anthros? Leaned forward, a slightly more serious look on his face than before. Dude, what? Why are you asking kids this? You can just teach them not to be racist. Michael and I both look at each other, not sure what to say. At a small pause, Michael speaks up. I have no problems with them, of course. They've never done anything to me, and I've never done anything to them. We have our differences, but there's no reason to hate each other or anything. Michael matches the serious tone, something I've rarely seen him do. I agree. I chip in, feeling outclassed by Michael. Wow, and how old did you say you were, kid? Fisher seemed impressed by Michael's answer. 10 months now, I think, Michael answers, unsure himself. And you? 4 months. Michael's almost a teenager at this point, the jerk. Alrighty, you there. What was it? Oh, Jelly. It's Jenny, not Jelly. It's Jenny, not Jelly, yeah, okay. The caretaker said an annoyed look on her face. I want to adopt these kids, he told her. Michael and I both looked at each other with ginormous grins on our face. Enormous. We're going to get adopted. Yes, this is great. Okay then, come back here to sign the paperwork and stuff. So it's Fisher to come with her, and so he does. As soon as we were alone, we both exploded with excitement. We did it, Zeke! Michael tackled me out of excitement, looking me all over the face. Yeah, we did! I pushed him back, not letting him get the better of me. Okay, Mr. Fisher, just sign here and here, and those 2 orphans will be yours. Jelly pointed at the bottom of the 2 pages of paperwork, where there was a line to sign my name. Alrighty then. I grabbed the magic pen that was sitting on the table and signed. Great, I'll take these back. Wait here. She grabbed the 2 pages before leaving the room. I sit down in the comfy chair while I wait. As I wait, I hear 2 of the workers whispering on the other side of the room. I prick my ears and listen. Did they say that Zeke was being adopted? The special kid? Yeah, I don't know what to do. Dr. Sully said to keep him away from clients, but Jenny forgot that, and now this is happening. She'll be fired if we don't do something. Should we tell him? He might fire us if we don't stop it. Special kid? What do they mean by that? Was he disabled and they were just being rude? There were a lot of questions to be asked in that conversation, but someone came to the room and interrupted my thoughts. Hey there, Mr. Fisher. A human with white hair and weird gloves had come into the room. I saw he had a name tag in his name that said Dr. Sully. You'll see those guys this website talking about. Howdy! Dr. Sully, I reckon? I stand up and greet him. Yes, that's me. So I hear you're trying to adopt Zeke. Is that right? He puts his hand together and rubs it nervously, this guy. Yes, sirree. He and his brothers seem like the perfect kids for me and my spouse out on the farm. Yes, normally, although I am already pretty suspicious of this guy. Maybe a fatal thing to use their instincts. Mine are telling me this guy's suspicious. I'm glad you found what you were looking for. However, he slung the paper I had signed just a minute ago onto the table with a loud slam. Zeke is not for sale. Sorry, bucko. He told me, his face scrunched up with anger. I can't believe notice he's been acting like those orphans are merchandise. And why is that? He seems like a perfectly normal kid to me. I tell him, matching his intimidating aura with confidence. He may seem normal, but he is far from it. I can't have you taking him, so... Got a paper that had Zeke's details on it and put his hand below it. Suddenly the weird circle on his arm started to glow from orange glow before erupting into a small pillar of fire. Whoa! What are you doing? The fire pillar was very small, but it was big enough to immediately start burning the paper to ash, so he can use magic? I want you to forget about Zeke. You only adopted Michael, which has 1 annoyance on my hair. Zeke will probably throw a fit, but if you so much as talk to him... He walked up to me, the glove in his hand still glowing orange, put it to my chest. I'll make sure you never talk again. He looked at me with the cold look in his eyes. I felt my breathing turn sharp and fierce. I took a huge step back. Are you threatening me? I'll tell the police about this, you ruffian! I turned to run, but I see the workers who were gasping stood in front of the door to block me. If you tell the police, they won't listen to you. They have the same orders I did regarding that child, so they will just ignore you. He had a huge smile on his face, extremely menacingly. What orders? The hell? I questioned him. No more questions. Just do as I said, and we won't have any more problems. Just as his glove turned away from me. I don't want Michael. I refuse to separate those boys. Those boys call each other brothers, so there's no way I was going to separate them. Too late. You already signed the paper. You are now his official legal guardian. Sorry. He waved to me while still walking away. Wait, you damn demon! Did you really just use me to separate those boys on purpose? Alright, sir, it's time to go. One of the workers at the door told me. I just sat there, confused, conflicted, and angry. May have just stepped into something much bigger than myself. Hold on, isn't there like a height there? This is like a human, right? He like kneels down and it's like... I assume, right? You know, are these like human size? Or like real life size? Are they just like massive human sized like creatures? Because otherwise, like, this is a fail, right? Like, I don't know. No! I'm not leaving without Zeke! Michael screamed. I'm sorry, kiddo. We just have to go. Fisher looked sad as he talked. He tried to grab Michael. Michael ran away. No way! Why are you doing this? I thought you were cool! Michael kept screaming. Yeah, stay away from Michael. My brother's going to some chick like you. I ran in front of Michael, blocking him from Fisher. Why did he suddenly change his mind? He said he would adopt us both. I'm sorry, kiddo. I really am. He looked in pain. What was up with him? Are they giving you trouble, Fisher? A human with white hair and black gloves stepped out of the background with a slight smile on his face. Recognized him from when I was a mid here. My memory is hazy. Yeah, I guess so. Fisher awkwardly answered him. He had a fighting look on his face, so he looked at the white-haired human. Alright, I'll give you some help then. Just as Glovies walked towards me and Michael. Stay away! I scowled. Michael was grinding behind me as well. Why are they doing this? Stop being brats and just accept it! He bent down to grab me, but I ran back to get away. Not so fast, brat! The human snapped his fingers and he suddenly fell to the ground. It felt like someone was holding me down, but no one was near me. Looked behind me to see the human pick up Michael, who was trapped in the corner. No! Stop! Seek! He fell out violently, trying to get out of the grip. I knew this would be a hassle. Here, I'll help you accept it. He put his hand over Michael's head, the circle on his glove blowing a purple hue. Purple color quickly covered Michael's entire body. What the... Michael exclaimed before closing his eyes going limp. Michael! No! What did you do to him? I screamed, trying my hardest to get up. I just put him to sleep. Don't worry, he's fine. I hear Michael's limp by the Fisher before walking on to me. Alright, your turn. He grinned as he adjusted his still glowing glove. No! I felt feeling a sudden burst of strength come over me. His arm made sure I stood up, but the wind was still too much for me to run away. Wow, you really are special, huh? The man looked impressive as he walked towards me. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Well, too bad you won't remember any of this. He smiled as he reached his hand towards my face, the circle glowing purple still. No! Stay back! I screamed as I tried to run away, but it was too late. His hand touched my head, and I felt a warm feeling go through my body. No! I tried to get away again. My whole body felt numb and limp. The last thing I saw was a human grinning mercilessly, while Fisher looked horrified in the background. Okay, so, like, did nobody else see this besides, like, the people who were getting mind-wiped in Phiore? I feel like everyone would just dogpile on this guy, you know what I'm saying? You know? Okay, that was cool. Oh, okay, wait, no. I remember, you have to put your thoughts down. You have to put your thoughts down at the end of every one. Okay, so, that was interesting. You know, honestly, I like how, that put more thought into, like, what happened, like, before, you know, Zeke was all grown up and then left the village. Or, like, you know, like, before Zeke, like, came to the orphanage and then, you know, was, like, all alone. Because there was, like, a big time skip, I remember. And, you know, it was just like, oh, I'm already all alone, and, like, Agnes, and bleh. But, I like this. I'm not... Okay. Okay. A thing that I maybe don't like is, Dr. Sully, who's, like... He's just evil. Well, actually, wait. That could be, like... I mean, he's definitely, like, sadistic, right? You know? There's no way you can be, like, you know, this guy's, like, completely misunderstood. It's only just like, oh, I have plans, and now I'll put them to work. Like, I do like the mystery. I do like the mystery a lot. I don't know which one I like better. If it's like, he just comes out the gate, like, evil as fuck, or it's just, like, the original, where he's just, like, you know, I like Durain for some reason. Like, okay, so overall, I think it's an improvement, you know? So, we don't know why he, like, ran away. Or, like, you know, why is that the orphanage still? I mean, I guess that was, like, in the original as well. So I guess there's no problem with that. And there's no Durain. There's this guy called, like, Skarn or something, right? I don't know what he looks like exactly. I mean, I'll go Skarn a chance. Okay? I'll give him like a little chance. Although I like Dwayne's evil ass though. Maybe it's just because like I'm a boomer, you know, in regards to the story. So it's just like I want Dwayne, dude. I'll just like put the evil voice on him, and then you know it'll probably be good, you know. So yeah, good.